Okay, so in the last clip we saw how to do the forecast evaluations with the root mean squared error table and the graphs, the chart. So the next thing, because we have the data for it, what we can do is I'd like to have you guys plot the covered interest parity grid. We didn't talk about the specific. We talked about covered interest arbitrage, covered interest parity in class, but we didn't actually go through the grid, which is in the textbook. In chapter 4, and I have the write-up about that on Blackboard. So let's create that in the next chart here. So again, we'll create a new sheet. We can call it. Can rename it, call it CIP for covered interest parity grid or whatever. Call it what you want. And then for data, we need to call some of this data here. So time and the exchange rate, we want to take that. We also need, we know from covered interest parity, the interest differential, so we'll take that. And then we also need the forward rate. Which is, I didn't put it into this sheet, I don't think. I can take that from the other sheet. So we'll copy this, right click, paste the values. Paste the values here. Okay, we can center that to make it look nice. Insert, then I'm going to put the foreign exchange forward. I'll put that right here. Actually, I can just take it from the sheet. I don't know why I didn't put that on this practice sheet here that I'm using for these videos, but here's the forward rate and its corresponding time, so the times will match up. Just going to copy this and put this over here. Okay, so I have, oops. So notice what it did with time is it took it as numbers for some reason. We can delete that and redo this here. Just put Control V and it'll do it. Okay, so what we need then is in the covered interest parity grid, again, if you look in the textbook and the write-up on Blackboard, what we do is we plot the forward premium or forward discount if it's negative. Again, that we talked about in class on the slide and so on. We plot the forward premium on the vertical axis, and on the horizontal axis we plot the interest differential, which is what we have right here. So how do we get the forward premium or forward bias? Forward premium or forward discount? We take the forward minus the spot divided by the spot, right? Now you can call this whatever, forward premium. I think on the file on Excel, the Excel file that I posted to Blackboard, I called it the CIP for covered interest parity. For some reason it didn't take this first value. Okay, so how do we calculate the forward premium? Again, we're going to do a function. It's the forward minus the spot divided by the spot. Okay, so it's forward rate minus the spot rate, right, divided by the spot rate. Okay, and then what we need to do is, because this interest differential is actually in percentages, this is negative 0.46%. Okay, right here it's negative 0.15%. We need to take this guy as well, the forward premium, and express that as a percentage. So we do that by just multiplying by 100. And because we have the formula for 1, we just drag and drop really quick. Again, thin white cross, black cross, and drag and drop here. Center it to make it look nice. And so now we have our forward premium. And if it's negative, we call it a forward discount. Okay, so then to create the grid, we go to Insert, and instead of last time we did this one right here, Insert Line Chart, this time we're going to do a scatter plot here. So it's this first one, and then it says, what's the data? Select the data, and we want to plot what? The forward premium and the interest differential. There's no time or anything. This is, again, this is a scatter plot. You can call this covered interest parity grid. Okay, now you can see here, if you go to, again, the textbook will show this, you generally would expect, if covered interest parity holds, the theory that is, covered interest, there is no covered interest arbitrage, in other words, you'd expect a 45-degree line here. This is, the scale is a little off, but we would expect this 45-degree line, 2 to 2, 1, -1 to -1, 1 to 1, 0 and 0, 1 to 1. And it doesn't quite look that way, and this will come up when you do your test, the test of the so part of the reason that this has the nice formulation, looks like a kind of a straight line, right? But again, the straight line theory predicts that it should be down a little bit, shifted down a little bit more, and that might be because there's a risk premium, which is what we talked about in class. In other words, the foreign exchange market may not be, at least for the pound-dollar pair, may not be efficient. If that's what you'll test as part of the last part of the assignment, the project. So we'll go through the tests of foreign exchange market efficiency in the next video clip.